finna get juicy. Big disciple, not bad and bougie.
Laura!
I'll get it. I'll stay.
Effie's talking about while I was away.
Fashion.
Get it?
Actually, we were talking about how
Weather
affects
fashion.
Yeah. And we back at it once again. I know Myra just has to be upset sometimes because Steve and Laura are so adorable. It's a life lesson here, man, with Steve and Laura. Invest in your friendships. I guarantee you they're worth it. Let's go. Oh, wow. She hating Laura.
Knock, knock.
Oh, God. Myra catching them again. Steve and Laura time all the time, baby.
Myra, Grandma, what brings you here?
Your mom said you were here.
Oh, well, here I be.
And I wondered to myself, what could Stephen possibly be doing at Laura's?
algebra.
So Laura and Steve can't hang out no more, huh? They can't hang out no more. What would he possibly be doing at Laura's? There's multiple things he could be. He could be hanging with Carl. He could be hanging with Eddie. Okay.
Yeah, Steve was tutoring me in algebra.
Oh, then where are your algebra books?
Books?
Yeah.
She's asking about our books.
Yeah.
We don't need them.
Nah, they don't even. Yeah.
Steve is doing algebraic word problems.
Word.
Word problems.
Yeah. He's making them up as we go along.
Making them up.
Now look at that. This is what Myra has to deal with. The bond, the connection, the chemistry, the unison. Look at the faces they're making. Oh gosh.
What's with the costume?
Exactly.
Oh, Myra calls me her Tarzan. I call her my Jane.
I call it sick.
Okay, sounds like a little jealousy going on right there with Laura. I love it.
Would you do the honors? Over here.
Ah, I see.
That's great.
That is
Oh, thanks. This is one of my inventions that actually works.
right. That's actually a pretty dope invention right there. Wait a minute. I spoke too soon.
Just as I suspected.
You doing here? I wasn't supposed to pick you up for another hour.
Well, looks like I got here just in time for dessert.
So here's the thing with Myra. This is what I'm talking about when I saw his science club pen. It changes nothing. Myra's still hating on Laura. Is Laura just a bad chick, okay? Laura just a bad chick. We can't see it, but the people around Steve and Laura can feel it. You can feel their connection. You can feel their vibe. You can feel it.
Myra, I can explain.
Your kind always can.
Oh, wow. Her kind.
You don't understand.
Hold on, I want to know her kind, though. What is Laura's kind? Pure?
Stephen, you don't understand. Once again, you've been blindsided by this heinous hussy.
Now, you don't mean that, Myra. Take that.
Hook you for years, but she just doesn't have the proper bait.
See, this is what happens. Again, Myra said Laura's been trying to hook Steve for years. She has not the proper bait. You know all the proper bait Steve needs is from Laura? Steve, I'm ready.
You're nothing but a lying man, stealing tart, and I never want to see your backstabbing face again.
No, she is not. You
Surprise!
Oops.
Yeah, some apologies are coming, Myra. That's why she really don't want Laura and Steve hanging out, because Laura and Steve don't have to do anything to connect, to bond. And, and she realizes she has to go beyond this to even get any type of connection. So these things make her insecure.
Boy, you see the look on your face? All the hard work paid off.
Myra, don't you have something you'd like to say to Laura?
Mm-hmm.
I love that outfit. Did you lose weight?
Myra.
Oh, Laura, I'm so sorry. I just hope this proves once and for all that I have no romantic interest in Steve whatsoever.
Ooh, well, look, first of all, Laura's very wise. She's very smart. She's very calculated in her words, right? In her wordplay. And so for her to say, you know, I have no romantic interest in Steve whatsoever, that is true. But that doesn't mean that she does not have an interest in Steve. And with all it is right now with Laura, everything else about Steve, Laura loves.
This dance goes to the one guy who's always treated me like a queen. Steve Urkel.
And Laura said this even when they were younger. Laura loves Steve's brain.
Well, is there anything you do like about me?
Well, you're intelligent. I like that. In fact, I think brains are very sexy. Sexy? In a platonic sort of way.
She loves that he's articulate. She loves that he's intelligent. She loves that he is forward thinking and in technology and things. Laura loves that. Laura enjoys her time with Steve, but she's not romantically attracted to him yet, right? And some of that can be her and some of that can be him. You know, Laura may not be in that place yet herself, you know, so you know what I'm saying? Where her body on the go-go, you know, like even for me, I don't think I was still at 19 and stuff wasn't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? I have boyfriends and they, you know, he wanted to do WrestleMania on me thinking he was going to get something out of me. I wasn't ready mentally. I wasn't ready physically. And I was 19, you know? And so everybody, you know, kind of, how do I say it? Everybody develops those desires at different times. You know what I'm saying? All the difference in what separates Laura and Steve right now.
Swirly alert. Let's go.
I'm not
Hello,
fussy.
Laura.
Stephen Q. Urkel runs away from no man.
I love that Laura was just trying to protect Steve there. These guys basically saying they kind of pick on Steve, and Laura's like, let's go. It's just a beautiful maturity.
Roscoe, a word with you.
What do you want, Urkel?
Just to let you and that Nimrod Dre know that your swirly days with Stephen Q. Urkel are over.
Man, get lost.
As you can see, I've been working out lately.
Well, you have to ask the question, though. Why do you think Laura, whenever Steve starts showing off what's there of muscle, okay, well, I don't know if muscles, if you take it this way, that's a strong word to call what he has muscle. Y'all feel what I'm saying? But why does Laura always look away? Why do you think Laura always looks away when Steve does stuff like this? You know, use your own brain.
Now, Andre probably hurt and is wisely laying low.
Urkel, man.
I know his type. All flesh and no action.
Andre hasn't been around because he's in the hospital. He's got leukemia.
Did Roscoe just see Andre have leukemia?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Oh, I feel awful. I said a lot of bad things about Andre, but I never wanted anything like this to happen.
Steve, of course you did.
Why does Steve love Laura? Right here, you're seeing her support him. And then even in this moment, what do I say? Laura, she's sweet, right? She's warm. And you're seeing it right here. Steve, of course, no, you didn't. Just in the sweetest voice, right? There's no joking on her face. It's serious. This is why he loves her, guys.
I gotta do something to cheer him up. To be registered, you have your blood drawn and tested. Then, if you match a patient, they do some more tests. Then, if it looks like you still match, well, you're well on your way to becoming a donor.
Well, I'll sign up.
Oh, that's so sweet, sweetums. But you have to be 18 or over. But I see some seniors.
Nice going, Steve.
Oh, thanks, Pickle Cheeks.
Laura's being so warm. What do I say? Warm and sweet here. Let's bring it back.
Nice going, Steve.
Oh, thanks, Pickle Cheeks. But this is just the beginning. Why, there's lots more work to be done.
So sweet.
All right, step right up, everybody.
Hey, Steve. You look better.
Isn't it just beautiful music to your ears when Laura says, hey, Steve, she's just with that high. Oh, I love it.
Well, I certainly don't feel better. I've never been more ticked off in my whole life.
Right.
Well,
the anger walk.
well, why don't you just calm down and take a deep breath?
What's that gonna do?
Man, look. One time Steve popped off at Laura. Popped off on her, didn't he? No one ever talks about that. And Laura doesn't respond.
I'm sorry, Applejack.
Look how quick he apologizes.
It's just that it's.
Oh. Laura feeling all his pain.
Ow. It's just that I've never been more humiliated in my life.
But guys have beat you up before. Girls have beat you up before.
Laura, I think it's still too soon.
No one's ever insulted you before.
Right.
That bohunk Jack just sullied your name, and I couldn't defend you.
But you tried.
For about a second.
That's the beauty of Steve and Laura, the growth. Again, what did Steve love about Laura? Her warmth, right? You see here, Steve is in distress because he didn't feel like he could defend Laura in the way that he would have liked. Clearly, head, shoulders, knees, and toes is all jacked up. But I love here how Laura says in such a gentle voice, but you tried. But you tried, which means I respect you. I don't look at you any differently because you didn't accomplish the goal. You tried. You tried to defend me. You tried to honor me in that way. And I respect you for that.
Wait a minute. Hold thy pickles, hold thy lettuce. Thought of a way to make that big hairy ape Jack apologize to you.
Boy, you must have fallen on your head pretty hard.
Nay. I got a secret weapon. My transformation chamber. I have come for an apology.
A what? Apology is like when you say you're sorry or something.
I know what it means.
Well, why'd you ask then, buddy? Why'd you ask, huh? Huh, Laura? Why'd you ask?
Well, let's hear it.
All right, I'm sorry. She's not a bimbo.
No, she's not.
She's a tramp.
Oh.
Hey, let's leave your mama out of this.
Yeah. See, Laura, this is what you gotta love about Laura. Laura can hang in these different type of situations. Look at the guy laughing. Laura gets more respect in these situations than Steve does.
Hey, I like them feisty.
I like it.
She can stay, but you get lost.
Wait a minute, wasn't dude the one that was just talking trash? Now he trying to get oh boy, go handle my light work. Boy, you're looking like you're looking. Man, like I said, Jaleel kills this scene. Like it is absolutely just like when I say about Kelly, like when Kelly, it becomes Steve Urkel in season 4 in the Christmas episode, and she deserved multiple awards for that performance.
Oh, that does it. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more of the accent. Just fight quietly. Fight silently, please. Silently. Handle it. Handle it for Laura, Steve. Handle it for Laura, Steve. You don't want none.
No one messes with Winslow.
No one messes with Laura Winslow. Now, what's interesting about it is, I wonder if this has changed Laura's perspective of Steve. Because it's not really Steve doing it, right? He went into the transformation chamber, which you see Steve does a lot. He takes a lot of shortcuts. Remember, Laura is a hustle. You know what I'm saying? Blue collar, works hard for what she wants, right? And so I wonder if this has, if Laura sees Steve any differently.
This was a terrible mistake. I didn't go down there just for you. I went down there for me, too. I wanted revenge. I thought it tastes sweet. I was wrong.
I guess you did lower yourself to their level.
It's the bigger man who can walk away.
I'm very proud of you, Steve.
Thanks, Laura.
How do you not see the growth in them? I'm proud of you, Steve. Steve is still learning what Laura needs. Laura doesn't, she might want a guy with some muscles, you know what I'm saying, to carry in the groceries, clean the car, take the garbage out or something like that. But Laura doesn't necessarily need this macho guy. You know, because this is what y'all try to say Laura is. Yeah, Laura, because she care about status and da-da-da-da-da. And she don't care about Steve. And she even says here, you did lower yourself to their level. So this did not impress Laura. She did not need it, right? Because Laura can also see that, okay, I can tell Steve, you know, he don't play about me, okay? He don't play about me, you know? And these are things that they get to learn and while they're still in this friendship. Laura is slowly becoming the woman that Steve knows that she really is on the inside. I'm proud of you, Steve. Like, do you realize how far that goes? Some of us never hear that. This is why I do not understand how people don't support Steve and Laura. And even this joker on the TV right now don't support Steve and Laura. But I just don't understand it because it is such a genuine thing.
Well, I just wanted to tell you the fabulous news. Steve Urkel is back.
He's back.
So, yep. Bruce Lee is gone from me.
Gone for good. Oh,
Ow!
that sound like that hurt.
Bullets do hit back.
The thing that I've learned about today's culture is we don't like greatness. We will do anything to tear down greatness. And that is some of what I see with Steve and Laura. Because why is it that, like I said, on the whole entire show, the only one that gets attacked when it pertains to Steve is Laura. Like Steve, Eddie wasn't, didn't try to cancel Steve on multiple occasions. Carl wasn't always the nicest to Steve at all. You know what I'm saying? But y'all only come for Laura because of Steve and Laura because there's greatness there. And it's just like, I just don't understand how people just don't see the beauty in this. This is friendship. Steve and Laura get to learn these things about each other while they're still friends. And they get to apply it when things get a little bit more serious. Friendship is very powerful, guys. Do not underestimate it. And I want to say this other thing to that one person that may need to hear this. Maybe this person's not proud of you. Maybe you did something yourself that you're not proud about yourself. Look yourself in the mirror, forgive yourself. And if nobody else tells you, if you go and you do that and take accountability for what you did, I may not ever meet you, but I want to tell you, I'm proud of you. You know, the thing well, I say some of y'all, like I said, I would like to call some of y'all names, but I'm a Christian. I'm saved. We don't talk like that as believers, okay? Don't believe these little cussing Christians. No, God don't get down like that, okay? So, because I will say some stuff, but I'm not going to. But, you have so many people that have said, Steve, if I was Steve, I would have kicked Laura to the curb. I would have I would have kicked her out of my life, and I would have blah, 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 And the one thing that you look at is what would he be missing out on right now? What's happening is organically, this beautiful friendship is happening. This is the beauty part about it, is he's actually, dating Myra. But Steve and Laura are still growing individually and they're still growing together. Their friendship is still going. It's still building, right? If they do this one more time, I've been dealing with this for 5 years. We put all these things on timers. And what happens a lot of times, guys, is we miss God. We miss out on God because what you're not ever going to do is speed God up. Trust me, I got my hand up right now. You can't see it, but I got my hand up right now because I know the one thing that you're not going to do is speed him up. So, and a lot of times what God would do when he's really making something, when he's really sustaining something, when he's really building putting a foundation underneath something, he takes his time. God sometimes will move at a snail's pace and sometimes he won't move to the last minute, right? They always say, it may not be when I wanted to, but God is always on time. Let me say this too. One thing that I've been taught, and this may help the one person that actually listens to this, but the one thing that I've been taught that I realized was not true, right? When we were younger, when we were little tykes, young little tykes, teaching, we were still learning how to share our Legos, you know what I'm saying, and our Play-Doh, and they would teach us, treat them how you would want to be treated, right? That's what we were taught. Treat them how you'd want to be treated. But you start to realize as you grow up and mature, that is actually the lowest way you can treat somebody. It works when you're young and you got to learn to share your Play-Doh. You got to learn to share your Legos, right? It works then. But when it goes into these real life situations, it doesn't work because now what you're doing is you're treating somebody based on the measurement of yourself and not them, right? And so this is what we see with Steve and Laura. That Steve and Laura both having to learn is, no, I can't treat you the way I want to be treated. I have to treat you based on what your needs are. I have to treat you based on who you are. I have to come out of my little comfortable box of what I think is right and good and all that. And let me bring it back one time again. We overlook these things. When Laura, and multiple things I showed there, Laura said, I'm proud of you. Laura said, I'm very proud of you, and just, you don't realize that that's coming from Laura going to Steve. Let's remember for Steve, he probably never hears that from anybody in his family. Remember, he had the stay away fund. He had family members that would give him money to stay away. So Steve has probably never even heard words like that. Very proud of you. There's such powerful words. How many of you have, where you have a friend They say he's just a friend. He's just a friend, or she's just a friend. And they say, I'm very proud of you. You know what I'm saying? These are very powerful things that are happening. As great as Myra is, she ain't Laura. You know what I'm saying? And there's things about Laura that Steve loves, that Steve likes. And here's the big one, guys. Steve needs. There's not really much out of Myra, There's not much out of Myra that Steve needs. Oh, a fun friend. A friend that he can go out and have fun with and all that type of stuff. That's what he's missing. But everything else he's getting from Laura. Purpose. If you notice with Steve and Laura, they never drift apart. Even with life's things that are going on. He could be going poker and palooza and all this other type of stuff with Myra. Laura could be going out on her dates with all these different guys. And somehow Steve and Laura still find each other, right? They still come back. It's their bond. The Steve and Laura's bond is almost magnetic, right? They find themselves back in that, you know, they're never too far from each other regardless to what they're doing. With Laura, what people don't realize what Laura does with Steve, Laura balances Steve out. To where he's not as annoying. He's not you know what I'm saying? Like she balances him out. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. You know, she make him look good. She makes him look good. And Myra does too, but Myra is just as annoying as Steve is. So when you get both of them together, it's like it's two children. And it just gets on my nerves. And I think that is just also the beauty about Steve and Laura, to where they balance each other. And if you notice this, Steve acts more childish than he around Myra than he does with Laura, because Laura don't accept that, because she knows that there's something great on the inside of him. Love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.